You know, I was really hoping we weren't gonna have to talk about this before the regular season started. But there's a couple of things that we need to talk about. First of all, the Bruins have offered David Pastrnak $6 million a year for 6 to 7 years, depending on what he decides. David Pastrnak and his camp haven't responded yet, which is an issue. However, there's also an issue reading comments on particular posts from WEEI or NESN or any of those various NHL responses from Bruins fans saying that this kid doesn't deserve this amount of money. So, folks, I didn't think we were going to have to talk about it, but it's time for the great Pastrnak debate. So let's start off here. Let's talk about some statistics. Statistics about David Pastrnak. How many points did he get last season? 70. Second on the team in points scored. The only person ahead of him, Brad Marchand. Goals, 34 on the season. Second on the team in goals. Again, trailing only Brad Marchand, who almost scored 40. And then there was assists, 36. Third on the team. Plus minus, if you believe that statistic. He was plus 11, 2016-2017 season. Good for fourth on the team. Do you see a pattern here? He was the best player on your power play, scoring 10 power play goals during the season. He top 10 on average time on ice throughout the entire season, ranging about 18 minutes per game. Probably could have been higher, maybe even in the top 5, if it wasn't a lot of Claude Julien early on in the year, benching him and stapling him for Jimmy Hayes. You want to talk playoffs? Let's talk playoffs. Come on, right down. In his first time in the playoffs, because it was the first time Boston's made the playoffs since he's been a part of the team, he was tied for first in points, tied for first in goals, in fourth place for assists, fourth in plus minus, tied for first in power play goals, seventh in average time on ice at 21 minutes in the playoffs. The kid is 21 years old and coming off the single best season of his career with 70 points and all of the accolades that I have mentioned just a second ago. His previous year, he only played 51 games. Barely half a season. He accounted for 26 points in those 51 games. And I know what you're saying. That's a big increase. Maybe it's a fluke. The kid is talented. He's 21 years old, and he's going to continue as long as he is healthy to produce for you. He is your best young talent that you got. Let me break this down a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more fancier on statistics here. The Bruins last season were 13th in the NHL in goals scored. They combined 232 goals for the entire season. David Pastrnak, he accounted for 14.66% of all Bruins goals scored in 2016-2017. Again, the only person he trailed, Brad Marchand, with a whopping 16.81%. So, given those statistics, in my opinion, the kid deserves maybe a little bit more than $6 million a year. But that's just me. I have this idea where I like seeing youth get paid. And of course, Don Sweeney, at every FanFest rally, I was in FanFest in Manchester, he said, and I quote, "We are going to re-sign David Pastrnak." And he is also, and I quote, he is dedicated to developing and growing with his young talent. I want to see you put your money where your mouth is. Get this kid signed, because he's only going to get better from here. So anyway, that's all I got. Just a bit of statistics, a bit of understanding where I come from, or what I am looking at with the David Pastrnak situation. I want to see this kid get signed. Money is no option unless he's asking for something ridiculous like $20 million a year or something stupid, which is highly unlikely given everyone knows what the hockey market is. Anyway, I'm always open for debate. I want to hear a little bit more from you guys. Post your comments, anything you want to talk about in the comments section below. Tweet me on tweet me at Twitter, on my Twitter, or like, share, subscribe, and if you want, post something on the new Bruins Recap Show channel's Facebook. I think that's all the plugs I got. We will see you very soon, as the season is right around the corner. Preseason starts in the middle of the month, and then October, it's hockey season yet again on the Bruins Recap Show.